going on, everybody? It's December 2nd, 2024. I was off all last week. I like to take my time off for the holidays. I'll be off all Christmas week also, but it's cold this morning. It's 28 degrees here in Maryland. I'm currently on my way to Berlin, Maryland to take a look at an ice machine. And I worked on this ice machine not long ago, I believe. I can't remember what was wrong with it. I think it was just dirty. But they're saying it's not making ice, so we're going to go take a look at that. But I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope they had a good Thanksgiving week. And we're back in the truck. I've got a solid 3 weeks now before I take another day off. So I'm going to try to make some good content for you guys. Channel's been struggling a little bit because I really haven't been posting much. So we're going to try to get that turned around. So don't forget to like and subscribe the video, share them if you can, and we'll get this thing back rolling again. Even though I did just turn 8,000 subscribers on the channel, so thank you to everybody who subscribed, and thank you to all my loyal viewers. But I'm going to go in here to this ice machine call now. We'll see if we can get any content on it. Let's go. This is an Ice-O-Matic. So it has the capability of making 250 pounds of ice in a 24-hour period. They had it unplugged when I got here, so I just plugged it back in. See what it does. This thing's pretty old. I've done a good amount of work to this thing over the years. See what it does. This doesn't seem like it's getting very cold. See what happens though. Alright, so we've been running for a few minutes now. It is freezing. It is making ice. So we'll have to see what happens. But the way this machine harvests or defrosts is a little different than like a Manitowoc, where they actually have a sensor, a thickness probe. This actually operates off of pressure. So I'm gonna keep this covered up as much as possible. But that device right there is a low pressure switch. And once that pressure reaches its set point, which is in the 20s, it's adjustable too, it then activates a timer inside of here. And that timer is just basically just to finish off the process. The machine will finish up its freeze cycle, and then after that timer times out, it harvests. Then it goes into harvest, it drops its ice, and then once this micro switch opens and then closes again, it knows to start another freeze cycle. And instead of having a water level sensor, it has a float. So once the float drops to a certain level, it will bring water in. Okay. The machine was in the middle of a freeze cycle and then just cut off. Everything cut off. Compressor, water pump, the whole kit and caboodle. For one, let's see if we have power still. Still have power, okay. What did you do? You would think if it was a pressure switch or something, the whole thing wouldn't have cut off. Let's get this opened up. Okay, it's back running again. Wonder if we have if it is a defective pressure switch, because my fan's not starting. That's pretty hot. there it goes. All right, there is certainly something up with that low pressure device I was talking about before. I gave it a tap and it came on. Have not hooked any gauges up yet, and I still don't know why the hell the thing cut off the way it did. But it's been running for quite a while now, and it hasn't satisfied that pressure control until I tapped it. So now it's going to go, this timer is in seconds. So we have the 128 and 32 turned on, so that's roughly 4 minutes. 2 minutes 40 seconds. We'll see if it harvests then. This batch of ice is going to be thick. It should be harvesting any minute now. There we go. Whoops. Oy. This is going to be an awful thick batch of ice. It's pretty inconsistent too. God damn. Yeah, this should be about 1/8 of an inch. They call this the bridge thickness. And I know it's hard to tell on camera, but that is every bit of, it's more than 1/4 inch, but it's not quite a 1/2 inch. That's good. So we're gonna hook up our probes and see what this thing is actually trying to harvest at. Like I said earlier, I don't know why the hell the thing cut off before. Because I don't think, so our main, because everything cut off. And I don't have a schematic. I don't know where the hell the schematic is, but it's not on here. It's initiated the timer this time, so I'm guessing me tapping it fixed it. And that will probably have to be replaced. Pressure steadily dropping. I think it picked up the timer right around 32 psi, which would be right in line with what it's supposed to be doing. So then we'll have our 2.5 minute timer, and it should harvest. Or keeps pushing out. And I know the ice isn't doing it because it's not that thick yet. It's very strange why this door keeps kicking out like that. Should be harvesting any time now. All right, here comes the harvest cycle. All I really did was tap on that low pressure device. So there's a bunch of different see, this curtain's getting stuck. Well, it got stuck by that piece right there, but I don't like what this curtain is doing. I don't like it one bit. We're gonna try to fix this because it keeps on staying pushed up, and I think that's having an effect on our switch. I bet you that's what happened earlier. Let me turn this off. It only really needs to get to right there to activate the switch. If it gets to right there, which it was almost there a minute ago, so our door keeps pushing open for some reason. Let's figure out why that's open. Thinking that pressure switch should have kicked now. That pressure switch is faulty. Bypass it. Yes, see, this switch is supposed to cut in at 250, cut out at 200, so it's certainly not working right. So at least to get it to work, I've bypassed it. So that's not ideal, but the ice machine will at least continue to work. So we got a couple different problems here. So this high pressure or fan cycling switch is bad. Our low pressure defrost switch is bad. And our door pops open and gets stuck. See that? This thing is in rough shape. I've tried adjusting it over here, but that doesn't seem to make a difference because for some reason the door is getting stuck. Maybe I can make some more adjustments over here, but it's in rough shape. I got the pressure switch bypassed, and the pressure's really not getting too low. What I don't know is if the condenser fan will shut off during harvest. I am a little concerned about that, but we'll see. It will also in turn drive my suction pressure down, which might cause me to harvest too soon, which means we would have to adjust this timer here for a longer freeze cycle. I've tried cleaning and adjusting the plastic, the door and everything. It just keeps pushing out. I think the plastic is probably warped and it's causing it to push out, so I'm gonna push to get them to replace this ice machine. If not, we need probably replace all the plastic here, replace this switch, replace the high pressure fan cycling switch. I'm not exactly sold on the low pressure switch being bad, even though I did tap it and it engaged, so from replacing all that, I might as well replace that too. Alright, so it's the low pressure harvest switch is engaging right around 30 psi, which is good. And then it'll go into its 2.5 minute time. And then it should drop its ice. Make sure this door works properly when it does that. The fan shut off on a harvest call, so that's good. Make sure this ice drops properly. out of the way. This ice is not falling right. Yeah, I think this plastic is just warped. Nothing about it is working right. This thing's just falling apart. So then I noticed I had a leak. This broke. Look, it's cracked straight up the side. So I took it off and just stabbed a piece of copper in here for now. It works. And then, from me jockeying the machine around, the compression fittings started leaking. So I took those off, tightened them. I think I got everything to stop leaking now, but man, I'd just like to see them replace this thing once and for all. Yeah, guys, I just realized I didn't film an ending to this video. I'm really pushing them to replace this machine. We're going to give them a quote to repair it with all those different items, and I really can't even get all those plastic pieces. You really pretty much have to replace the evaporator. So we're going to give them a price and see what they do, but we also strongly recommended they replace this machine. So we'll see what they do. But all right, guys, hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.